Game number 3.
We're taking a look, of course, the draft screen is going through. We've seen this before. The picks will remain the same as we're working our way into this game 3. Just want to make sure everything's above board. We'd hate to have something go sideways in the grand finals, the Pokemon Unite World Championships, of course. So let's just rebuild this thing. Let's do it right.
Yeah, let's build it from the ground up, but the same.
But yeah, the ground, but with better foundation, stronger structural integrity at the base,
yes.
but everything from the ground up, the same.
The same. If the bones are good, the rest don't matter. I've heard that for sure.
That sounds completely correct, my friend.
It's true. It's a song.
It's a song.
You haven't heard that song. I'm not going to get into it with you about that song on broadcast because everyone knows what song I am talking about as we have our teams locked in here. Luminosity, 2 games up right now. OMO, Abyssinian, they are living on a prayer, and that prayer is a Talonflame.
I think that prayer is actually Trapson on their Eldegoss. They had that Cotton Crash holy maneuver before. Maybe they're trying to rekindle some of that magic and say, okay, let's bow down to the support gods here. Let's get the Eldegod into the mix and see if we can take ourselves an objective, win ourselves a game 3, and start ourselves on that road to a championship.
Definitely interesting, by the way, to see Curios here on the Mew. You know, we saw Luis from OMO Abyssinian on Mew earlier, and it was some lights out Mew play. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that here in our grand finals.
Me too. I mean, Luis has just been gaming from bell to bell, but that Mew specifically in 2 consecutive games was absolutely dominant. They could not touch it. But Luis says, I want to go back to that comfort, back to that Leafeon, and favor other things. Of course, in this game, switching the script a little bit, but to your point, shocked that Mew isn't part of that remix. Taking
a look at our teams right here, you can see them getting ready for this next match. Abyssinian actually looking pretty confident, looking pretty good, loose up there on stage. We can see our crowd right now, as I said before, one of the best looking crowds in esports. What are you going to do? Gorgeous crowd.
I believe in you, crowd. I say you are the best looking crowd in esports. I love you more. I'm better. Game 3, and this could be our final game of the World Championships.
That's right. Luminosity, your purple team, up 2 games. OMO Abyssinian, your orange team, down 2 games. They need to win 3 in a row to reset this thing against the world champions who are looking to take it for a 2nd year in a row. Unthinkable almost that a team could claw their way through all of their region and then through their insane group stage here to the top 8, win every single match and make their way back to a grand finals. How is a team this good? They are Luminosity.
It's insane that they're doing it in such a dominant fashion. K-Opener goes straight on top of Rin, and if they wanted to push that pressure, they would have had a decent chance. Coming in is the Talonflame, not able to engage on that very robust tandem of Rin and Ela.
And you can see once again looking for a KO here on that Phantom. You know, they remember that from a couple games ago. They say, yeah, I think I remember exactly how this goes. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that goal zone to you guys.
That's what's amazing in the early game and getting Overlord online so quickly is they can get into these paths, try and take over. Tons of experience and a KO to Squirtle. And now all of a sudden Shua has to peel out, and poor Eldegoss is left helping nobody. Who you supporting? Nobody but your own lifeline here. KO streak of 2, and we got more points, and an LG is cooking, my friend.
LG is cooking, and they are in this central area, and I don't think OMO Abyssinian wants any part of it, as they are just bullying this little Squirtle, my favorite Pokemon. How dare you, Overlord?
I mean, this poor Talonflame is doing everything it can to just get away from Overlord. We have a Phantom, a Sobble, a Squirtle, and a Gossifleur. This is an absolute nightmare on L-Stream situation, and Luminosity is ready to Freddy Krueger through that whole squad.
Here we go. Squirtle heading back to base right now. They just need to look for some experience. We don't yet have a Talonflame on the board, so they don't have the ability to fly over the battlefield, land some of these big, massive moments that Talonflame is known for, as they are eating an Electro Ball right here, just trying to pick up some experience somewhere, but Luminosity is chasing them down. Relentless Nightmare on Elm Street, more like Michael Myers, just relentless, following them to their home base.
Whatever this is an 80s slasher flick, and the victims are OMO Abyssinian, 125-0. They are struggling in levels, just getting crumpled on the scoreboard. LG smells blood in the water, and like a Sharpedo, they are going straight for it.
They just keep the aggression. They just keep pushing forward. Nice big score. Stopped here by Luminosity. 132-1 right now. Trevenant finally evolves. This could be a big moment here for Abyssinian, as we still don't have a Talonflame.
We have an Overlord that's ready to go to work. Finally, we're going to put the pressure on. If they take down Overlord, that's a big catch. All right, that's where it starts for them. Woodhammer's coming out. You got to pick up Elo as well. They're trying to put the pressure on, but they're able to hitch a ride very quickly on top of Slash. Mew sorts out the Eldegoss, but the pressure continues. Tempest is very low. The follow-up from Slash, the grass knot goes wide. Crash landing is the Talonflame, but they can't flame charge back out. Boosted auto trying to find the mark. No, they make it out. Okay, OMO Abyssinian found a way. They're getting, like I said, waffled on the scoreboard, but they got a chance.
Right back in this game. When you pick up a massive KO on an over-leveled Pokemon like that, you get right back in this. They might get another one right here as Rin is in so much trouble. No way. If you can, Rin, how do you get out of this? The liquidation finally takes them down.
And that's why liquidation is awesome. It sure hits, Spraggles. It sure hits. They got that KO, and now they're putting the pressure back on the other way. This scoreboard is looking rough, but they're finding a way. They're trying to get it done. Slash is forced out the Unite move. They get a KO for that expenditure on the Talonflame. Sure, that's huge. Mew follow up with back on the Inteleon, and suddenly LG is starting to regain that composure.
Yeah, they're regaining that composure while we see the Zoroark just crashing that tier 2 goal zone here of OMO Abyssinian.
What are these levels, Spraggles? I mean, Elo 9, Slash 9, higher than everything else but the Inteleon on the other side. I mean, LG is humming right now. This is a grand finals, but if you asked, you'd say this was a scrim block. What is going on?
This is absolutely insane. If you're just joining us, I'm going to do my best Rihanna. Where have you been? 228-5 as Luminosity is looking to become your world champions once again in an absolute dominant performance right here. OMO Abyssinian so far behind, but you can always catch up if you can pick up a couple big KOs. I just don't see where they are because Luminosity is taking them all.
336-5. Luminosity, the last hope of NA, is looking to say, nah, 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 nah.
Keep going.
Hey, hey, goodbye.
That's right. Incredible stuff here from Luminosity. I mean, this,
come on, dude.
I don't know what to say at this point except that Luminosity is dominating this game. If you were worried about what they were going to do here in the World Championships, I don't know if you need to worry too much longer. OMO Abyssinian is not out of this thing, but it feels like they are so far away and the World Championships are slipping through their fingers.
Technically, they still have 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's looking bleak, though, as more KOs are just stacking up, raining in. If they can get Overlord again, that's where it begins.
Huge.
That's where it starts. Getting Elo as well is big. Let's take a look at the levels here. That just brought them up, and Inteleon at least to parity with the highest on LG, and they're scoring the gut goals. The level of disrespect. Rin brought it. Rin brought the Uber Eats and tried to deliver it on the doorstep. Didn't quite come through. Sealed up by Trevenant. Okay, they're making moves now. Tempest is seeing, Slash is getting low. Solar Beam comes through. Curios is peeling back. Looking for another target. Prevents the reset there. So 336-22. OMO Abyssinian is trying to find opportunities.
OMO Abyssinian is fighting their way back in this game, stopping that massive score there from Rin, and then taking that bottom objective. Level-wise, they are not looking that bad here, Dupesnacks. Points-wise, it could be better.
Correct. But, I mean, when we get to the final stretch and you're talking about hundo burgers, you can rack those up like Jughead and eat all day long and get enough to overcome this lead. What Luminosity needs to do is not hemorrhage everything back into the hands of OMO Abyssinian. OMO Abyssinian got to make some plays.
Yeah, it's definitely not over for OMO Abyssinian. I have lost games. I was winning harder, so it's definitely possible right here as we see a nice big Combat Unite move, able to keep Zoroark healthy right here, up 387 now to 22. Luminosity putting themselves in a position where even if they lose Rayquaza and they lose some big KOs like that right there, they can still win this game on score. They are way up right now, Dupesnacks.
I mean, Curios getting KO'd there isn't the end of the world. We already saw their respawn timer is like 26 seconds. So picks here on any player on LG means their KO timer is massive. So OMO Abyssinian has to keep that in mind and look for those opportunities. these because that is their way back into this.
They need one big pick, one big catch, and they have a level 14 Intellion. In fact, the highest level on the map is on the side of OMO Abyssinian. This is definitely not over, but this is so incredibly difficult. If any team can do it, it is OMO Abyssinian, but if any team can stop them, it's Luminosity, who's been stopping them all game. Rayquaza hits the map with a Sacred Sword, rips
right in the
them
middle with the
apart.
KO. Cheerios got the follow-up on the Talonflame. Hydro Typhoon comes up, kicks up 2, but Rin is down. Can they get more? Cheerios is heating up 2 players down. OMO Abyssinian needs to find more targets. Can they find one? Overlord's trying to eat this cotton ball. Are they going to follow up? The pressure's on. Cheerios gets the Blastoise. I feel like Cheerios, is this their game? They're getting that land buff here. Another KO streak of 2. 3 players down for OMO Abyssinian, and Luminosity doesn't even have to touch this Rayquaza.
Luminosity does not need Rayquaza right now as multiple members of Abyssinian are down. They are respawning, however, we still have a Unite move on the Talonflame, but we have 2 Unite moves on the side of Luminosity. One on that Comfey. That Comfey is going to be able to keep Overlord alive almost no matter what is going to be thrown at him right here, as Trevenant finds him there in the tall grass, and we're looking to see how this fight is going to play out. OMO Abyssinian is so far behind. They need to make a Hail Mary play, pick up some massive KOs, and they start with the Mew.
Oh, their Overlord's trying to go in. They're trying to protect the rest of the time. They're starting to eviscerate, and they're starting to eat. Unite move comes out. They're going to go for the follow-ups. Blastoise the next one up. They're lining up. KO streak of 2 on the Eldegoss. Following back the other way. We're just keep pushing Slashes on top of the Blastoise. And now we're looking at the Talonflame. We're darting back through. Rin takes care of the Trevenant. 4 players down. Oh, come on. Give me all 5 players down for that ace. You can't break the wind. You can't smash a mountain. You can't bury the sea. And you can't stop LG. That's an ace in Game 3 of the Pokemon Unite World Championship Grand Finals.
Incredible as the points rain in on this main goal zone. Luminosity with a flawless performance here today, 2-0ing every single team on their way to the Grand Finals as they just put on an absolute clinic. One of the best performances I've seen in Pokemon Unite, and that was a statement. That was a period. The best team in the world 2 years in a row. Luminosity from North America. Let's go!
LG stands for let's go. You're not wrong there, Spraggles. LG said, making it back, we never left. Are you joking? LG has not looked like this team at all this year. They didn't look like it yesterday either. They woke up to say, oh yeah, we are the best. We are built different. That crown never left our head. And remember who's sitting on the throne.
Look at this here, and you can feel it from this stage. An absolutely dominant performance from Luminosity. I love Curios so much. I just love the emotion, and of course they're feeling it right now because somehow they have done the impossible. Somehow they have won the Pokemon Unite World Championships for 2 years in a row. And let me tell you, year 2 was quite different here, Dupes. Next year 2 had their ups and downs. Year 2 was turbulent for Luminosity, but it wasn't today as they came back here and they did this in dramatic fashion.
Ironically enough, the region that gave LG the most trouble all year long was on their home turf in NA. The other teams in NA fell by the wayside, and LG said, oh, all of you are gone? Too easy. Let's get it back.
Unbelievable stuff here from Luminosity. I think we all expected the world champs to look amazing here in Yokohama, but I don't think anyone knew what that was going to look like. I don't think anyone recognized how dominant they were going to be. Yeah, that game was a championship performance.
I mean, that's a nice little slope. I'm going to compare it to our background. That's a nice little Mount Fuji type crest there out of LG.
And take a look there, that orange line. That might be the Marianas Trench. You might have been right there, Dupe Snacks.
If you could have gotten negative points, we might have gotten there. Let's take a look at these numbers. Overlord 88K matched by Cheerios, who came unglued in Game 3. Come on, let's go. Everybody stepped up this game, and it shows LG in true form.
Incredible stuff from Luminosity right here as we take a look back at this last match. You know, this is a highlight reel, but I think you can just cut to any moment in this match and see a highlight reel from Luminosity.
Yeah, when we have to give credit to OMO Abyssinian, they did take every opportunity they had. They got 2 good KOs on Overlord, tried to leverage those, but couldn't quite piece it all together. Of course, by that time as well, the score lead is so high that you're put back against the wall. You've got to try to make plays, and sometimes when you force plays, there's none to be found.
And here we go. We just see points raining into this tier 2 goal zone, and it felt like this match was really over from the beginning. I don't know if OMO Abyssinian just realized they couldn't beat the champs, or if it took this match to really prove it to them right here, because this was just an absolute disaster for Abyssinian and such a championship performance from Luminosity. There is no team that wins harder than Luminosity wins.
I mean, we said it, we saw it. They smelled blood in the water, and they knew this was their game to win, and they did not relent. Counter to everything else we've seen this year, when they've smelled blood in the water, they've overextended. But this time it was cold, calculated, pursuing their prey, delivering a win in a big-time fashion.
You know, we talked a little earlier, Doob Snacks, about some teams being nervous in the big stage and what it does to you. Let me tell you what it does to Luminosity is it absolutely energizes them. It brings them to another level that we have